Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala ibadihi allazina istafa. Khususan ala afdalihim wa khatamin nabiyyin Muhammadin al-Amin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du faqad qala Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala kama warada fi Surah Al-Hadeed. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. آمنوا بالله ورسوله وأنفقوا مما جعلكم مستخلفين فيه فالذين آمنوا منكم وأنفقوا لهم أجر كبير فما لكم لا تؤمنون بالله والرسول يدعوكم لتؤمنوا بربكم وقد أخذ ميثاقكم إن كنتم مؤمنين هو الذي ينزل على عبده آيات بينات ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور وإن الله بكم لرؤوف رحيم وما لكم ألا تنفقوا في سبيل الله ولله ميراث السماوات والأرض لا يستوي منكم من أنفق من قبل الفتح وقاتل أولئك أعظم درجة من الذين أنفقوا من بعد وقاتلوا وكلا وعد الله الحسنى والله بما تعملون خبير صدق الله العظيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربنا ألهمنا رشدنا وأعذنا من شرور أنفسنا اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى آمين يا رب العالمين. I told you that we started our Quranic movement with the selected course of the study of the Qur'an. It comprises of nearly two paras, two parts of the Qur'an, selections from different parts, but the total volume is equal to 1/15 of the whole Qur'an. The starting point is Surah Al-Asr and the climax is Surah Al-Hadeed. In Surah Al-Asr, there is a general rule given for all humanity. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. In Surah Al-Hadeed, actually, who are addressed are the Muslims who say they believe in Allah. We believe in Him, His messenger. We believe in resurrection after death. We believe in the day of judgment. We believe in the life of hereafter, and so on. Now, what is the demand of Allah from them? These demands, if they are to be explained, they can be very lengthy. But if you want a brief, a very concise, then you know, Quran gives you that also. As you must have heard the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that a Bedouin, he came and he said, قُلْ لِي فِي الدِّينِ كَلِمَةً وَاحِدًا. Please tell me the whole deen in one kalima. The Prophet didn't say, no, it cannot be. It's impossible. He replied, yes. قُلْ آمَنْتُ بِاللَّهِ ثُمَّ اسْتَقِيمُ. Say, I believe in Allah, and then stand firm. And that is all. As I've been telling, Ubudullah, one kalima sufficient. But here in this surah we find an ayah slightly explained. Aminu billahi wa rasulihi, number one. Have real faith in Allah and His Messenger. Now because who are being addressed are Muslims already. They believe in Allah and Messenger. When it is said to them, have faith, what does it mean? Real faith. As we find in Surah Al-Nisa, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, aminu billahi wa rasulihi, wal kitabi allazi nazzala ala rasulihi, wal kitabi allazi anzala min qabl. One iman is iman bil lisan, iqrarun bil lisan. The real iman is tasdeequn bil qalb, the personal conviction. Aminu billahi wa rasulihi, number one. وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ. And spend from whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you those who have been given vicegerency in that. It's a very complicated sentence. مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ, أَنْفِقُوا from all. مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ, Allah has made you mustakhlafin. It is again objective mood. Allah has made you those who have been given vicegerency in those things. You own nothing. You have been made vicegerents. Even vicegerency is not your own. What to speak of ownership? Ownership, sovereignty is something else. Vicegerency is something else. But this vicegerency is also earned by you. It has been bestowed upon you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now in whatsoever He has made you vicegerents, spend it for the cause of Allah, for pleasing Allah, for His deen. Just two words only, Iman and Infaq. Now this Infaq covers actually, generally we think it means spending money or wealth. But in Arabic language, Infaq bil mal wa bazl nafs, your bodily resources, that is also Infaq. And today we know it, time is money. You spend time, you earn money, and you spend money, you can get the best services. So these are commodities, interchangeable. أَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ. Now the second example of such an concise ayah in the Qur'an is ayah number 15 of Surah Al-Huda. إنما المؤمنون الذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله ثم لم يرتابوا وجاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم في سبيل الله أولئك هم الصادقون. The true mu'mins are only those who have faith in Allah and His Messenger, and then they have no doubts whatsoever. It becomes a conviction. And they make jihad for the cause of Allah, in the way of Allah, with their belongings, their money, their wealth, and their own lives. Only such are true if they claim to be Mu'mins. Iman and Infaq, Iman and Jihad, one and the same thing. Jihad bil mal, Jihad bil nafs. Infaqul mal, bazlul nafs. Same thing. एक फूल का मजमू हो तो 100 रंग से बांधू. One fact can be explained in this way, in that way. كَذَلِكَ نُصَرِّفُ الْآيَاتِ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْقِلُونَ. In this way, we express and explain our ayat in various ways. Now these are the two demands. Please keep them. Iman, real belief, real faith, burning faith, living faith, pulsating faith. Number two, Jihad or Infaq, synonymous words. Jihad bil mal, Jihad bil nafs. Infaqul mal, bazlul nafs. Same thing. Now keep these two words intact in your mind. Now first of all, whosoever fulfills this demand of Allah, فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَأَنْفَقُوا لَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَبِيرٌ. فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَأَنْفَقُوا. Now, those of you who fulfill both of these demands, for them is a very great reward. This is the positive side, now the negative side. So to say, shaking the Muslims. What has happened to you? Why don't you believe as you ought to believe? Why don't you spend in the way of Allah as you ought to spend? First of all, Iman. وَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولُ يَدْعُوكُمْ لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِرَبِّكُمْ وَقَدْ أَخَذَ مِيثَاقَكُمْ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. What has happened to you? What calamity has befell you? Why don't you believe as you ought to believe in Allah and His Messenger? وَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولُ يَدْعُوكُمْ لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِرَبِّكُمْ. And our Messenger is calling you to believe in your own Lord. وَقَدْ أَخَذَ مِيثَاقَكُمْ. And He has already taken the covenant from you. Now, two covenants please keep in mind. One covenant which we made with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we were only spirits. All the spirits of all the human beings who were to come in this world, from Adam till the last man, till the last son of Adam who will live in this world. There was a covenant, Alastu bi Rabbikum, Qalu Bala. This is first Misaq. And then when you have claimed to become a Muslim and Mu'min, another Misaq, another covenant. Inna Allah ashtara min al-mu'minina anfusahum wa amwalahum bi anna lahumul jannah. You are already sold out. Allah has already purchased your lives and your belongings, everything. So now why? Why are you going back on your covenant? وَمَا لَكُمْ لَا تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولُ يَدْعُوكُمْ لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِرَبِّكُمْ وَقَدْ أَخَذَ مِيثَاقَكُمْ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. You claim to be mu'mins. If you are mu'min in the slightest degree, then you must accept these two covenants that you have made already. The covenant of Alastu bi Rabbikum, and the covenant of Iman. وَقَدْ أَخَذَ مِيثَاقَكُمْ. Now, no going back. Now the third ayah, supposedly you feel and you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has made you conscious that actually I lack the conviction. I didn't know. I thought I have the Iman, I have the faith. When I say I believe in Allah, I say I believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I believe in Qur'an. So I had the faith. I was resting assured. No, it's correct. When I peep down into my heart, the conviction is not there. So where to get this conviction from? It's a practical issue now. And because Allah said, Inna alayna al-Huda, that is our duty. We have to tell you, we have to get it from. That's our responsibility. So the next ayah is giving you where to get this conviction from. هُوَ الَّذِي يُنَزِّلُ عَلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ لِيُخْرِجَكُم مِّنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ. It is He who is sending down on His bondsman Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam His signs, very clear signs, His revelations, very shining and brilliant revelations, so that He brings you out from all shades of darknesses into light. Darkness of atheism, darkness of skepticism, darkness of agnosticism, darkness of materialism, darkness of logical positivism, darkness of existentialism, darkness of Marxism, darkness of Darwinism, darkness of Freudism, from all these darknesses, darkness of kufr, darkness of shirk, darkness of ilhad, from all shades of darknesses, to bring you to the clear light, bright light of Iman. This is the book. You can have it. Huwa alladhi, see the rationale, the relationship, the logical sequence. Two demands were made, aminu wa anfiqu. Why don't you believe? And if you have become conscious that actually I am lacking here, so this is the way, come on. هو الذي ينزل على عبده آيات بينات ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور. That is why, you know, the famous hadith narrated by Hazrat Ali, that the Prophet once said, إِنَّهَا سَتَكُونُ فِتْنَةٌ, very shortly a big turmoil is coming. فَقُلْتُ مَا الْمَخْرَجُ مِنْهَا يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. What will be the way out? And in another, you know, narration of this very hadith, actually Hazrat Jibreel asked Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Muhammad, ummatak ba'dak. Oh Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, have you ever considered what will happen to your ummah after you? And then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked Jibreel, Mal makhraju minha ya Jibreel. It's a real problem, Jibreel. Now let me know, what's the makhraj? What's the way out? What's the exit? قال كتاب الله فيه خبر ما قبلكم ونبأ ما بعدكم وحكم ما بينكم وهو الصراط المستقيم وهو الذكر الحكيم وهو حبل الله المتين لا تنقضي عجائبه ولا يشبع منه العلماء ولا يخلق عن كثرة الرد. And this, you know, very long hadith ends in 4 very beautiful small sentences. Kalimatul hikmah. Man qala bihi sadaqa, wa man amila bihi ujra, wa man hakama bihi adala, wa man da'a ilayhi hudiya ila siratil mustaqim. Who says something on the basis of Qur'an, he says truth. Who practices Qur'an, his reward is ensured with Allah. Who decides something on the basis of Qur'an, he has done justice. And who calls others to this Qur'an, his guidance is ensured. Maybe nobody responds, nobody accepts, nobody comes and accepts his call, but his guidance, he is rightly guided. فَقَدْ هُدِيَ إِلَىٰ صِرَاطٍ. Now what was the second thing? أَنْفِقُوا. Now see the next ayah. وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. مَا لَكُمْ, what has happened to you? You don't want to spend in the way of Allah. In the first ayah there was only أَنْفَقُوا. أَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ. Now it becomes clear that it was actually infaq fi sabilillah. Otherwise you are spending on your luxuries. Everybody is spending to show off your wealth. Not that spending. Spending in the way of Allah. Now it becomes clear. وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. What has happened to you that you don't want to spend in the way of Allah? وَلِلَّهِ مِيرَاثُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. While you should know, everything finally will remain as heritage of Allah. Today you are the owner of this house, tomorrow your son might be the owner of this house. After him maybe some other person. Then the whole humanity will pass, and the whole world and whatever it is, whatever in it is, all will remain. وَلِلَّهِ مِيرَاثُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Everything that is in the heavens and in the earth belongs to Allah. He is the waris, al-waris. It's only a very small game that this belongs to me. You will be taken out. Your dead body will have to go out of this house. Your eternal house is somewhere else. So why to keep it with you? Not spend it for Allah. وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَلِلَّهِ مِيرَاثُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Now there are two conditions in which infaq, can be done. When Islam is supreme, Islam is established, Islam has gained the upper hand, even if at that time you spend for the cause of Allah, you'll be rewarded. But the real spending is when Islam is downtrodden, weak. To establish it, whosoever spends at that time, he gets the real reward. Number two, as I told you, infaq covers the spending of wealth and money and expending your bodily resources also. And the final stage of jihad bin nafs is qital. Now you are going to the field, risking your own life. And you find here in this ayah, both these things are now clearing up. Just like, the seed, it opened up and two leaves. Or there was a flower bud. It has opened up and you have 5 petals. وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Number one, this ayah clarified that this here we means infaq fi sabilillah, not infaq fi sabilil nafs. Infaq fi sabilil istiraha, comforts. Infaq fi sabilil ayyashi, for luxuries. No, infaq fi sabilillah. Number two, the reward will not be equal. When Islam is weak, downtrodden. Now, in this condition, if you are helping Islam and spending, it has a very high level in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number three, infaq doesn't mean spending money only. Qital is also the final stage of infaq. There you have to spend your life. All these points cleared in one ayah. وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَلِلَّهِ مِيرَاثُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ لَا يَسْتَوِي مِنْكُمْ مَنْ أَنْفَقَ مِنْ قَبْلِ الْفَتْحِ وَقَاتَلَ. The flower bud has opened. Those of you who spent and fought for the way of Allah, for the cause of Allah, before the victory, and it can mean both. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah has also been termed in the Qur'an, إِنَّا فَتَحْنَا لَكَ فَتْحًا مُبِينًا. And the victory of Makkah. Essentially, actually, the biggest victory was the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. That is why you find it mentioned so clearly in the Qur'an. There is no mention of the victory of Makkah in the Qur'an whatsoever. Apparently something appears to be more important, but really maybe that something else is more important. Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina. The Quraysh acknowledged Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam that now he is a power to reckon with. What does treaty mean? You have acknowledged them, recognized them. That's what the actual treaty is, the victory. Now the victory of Makkah was only, so to say, an aftermath or a byproduct of this victory. Inna fatahna laka fatham mubina. Anyhow, whether you take it as the victory of the Treaty of Hudaybiyah or the victory of Makkah. Now those who had spent for the cause of Allah, who had fought for the cause of Allah, before the stage of victory had come, أُولَٰئِكَ أَعْظَمُ دَرَجَةً مِّنَ الَّذِينَ أَنفَقُوا مِن بَعْدُ وَقَاتَلُوا. They are very high in ranks as compared to those who spent later on, after the victory, or went to war for the cause of Allah after the victory. ये रुतबा बुलंद मिला जिसको मिल गया. That was the high rank that people had. What does it mean? We say, oh, the conditions are very difficult. How can we do this? But actually this should be the biggest temptation. If you work now, the reward will be very great. And if others by their sacrifices, sacrificing of their lives and belongings, if they have already made the deen of Allah supreme and then you come, oh, we also want to serve the deen of Allah, okay, Allah will accept even that if you are sincere. But you can't get those ranks. They are gone. Chapter is closed. Very important ayah. Again, remember this sequence. Two demands, aminu, anfiqu. What has happened to you? Why don't you have real faith? And if you have become conscious now that actually you lack it, turn to the Qur'an. That's the furnace. There you shall get the warmth of Iman. Number two, what has happened to you? Why don't you want to spend for the cause of Allah? When everything will remain for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ये चमन यूं ही रहेगा और हजारों जानवर अपनी अपनी बोलियां सब बोल कर उड़ जाएंगे. Generation after generation. Everything belongs to him. These things are changing hands. They belonged to somebody else before and now it belongs to you. You have purchased a second-hand car, it belonged to somebody else. Now it is with you. Maybe tomorrow you sell it. It is changing hands. Number two, infaq and qital, they are one thing. Spending of wealth, spending of life. It's all infaq fi sabilillah. Number three, in those conditions when the deen is weak, subjugated, downtrodden, those who come to its help to establish it, they get the highest ranks in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكُلًّا وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْحُسْنَى. Allah's promise with all is good. Even if somebody served the cause of Islam after the victory, okay, no harm, come on. But you know, those ranks you can't achieve. Wallahu bima ta'amaluna khabir. And whatsoever you are doing, Allah is very much aware of it. Khabir. Aware of it. Man zalladhi yuqridu Allah qarzan hasana. It's a very challenging tone. Who are those? Man zalladhi yuqridu Allah qarzan hasana. Yuqridu Allah qarzan hasana. Who is that person? Who is that courageous person who is ready to give to Allah alone goodly loan. There is a couplet of Ghalib in the same tone. कौन होता है हरीफे मैं मर्द अफगन इश्क है मुकर्रर लबे साकी पे सला मेरे बात. Who are those? Iqbal also says in the same tone, मोहब्बत मुझे उन जवानों से है सितारों पे जो डालते हैं कमंद. मन ज़ल्लज़ी युक़रिदुल्लाह क़र्ज़न हसना. Who is that? Who is ready to give to Allah a goodly loan? فَيُضَاعِفَهُ لَهُ. It will be qarz hasana, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will double it, increase it manifold. وَلَهُ أَجْرٌ كَرِيمٌ. And in addition to that, there will be a reward, very honorable, respectable reward. Now let me narrate here an incident when this ayah was revealed. If I am not mistaken, the name of the Sahabi Ansari was Talha. He owned the best and the biggest garden in Medina of dates and grapes, and it was very dear to him, very dear. He stood up. O Prophet of Allah, Allah is asking for a loan? Yes. Okay, I give my that garden as a loan to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he went, and there was a wall around that garden. He didn't enter the garden now. I have given it already. In that very garden was the house. The wife was therein. And he called out from the outside, come out, come out. I have given this garden to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People listened and then acted. We listen and enjoy. That's all. That's the real difference. من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له وله أجر كريم. Now we have read 5 ayat. Again, in the first 2 demands, آمنوا بالله ورسوله. Number 1. وأنفقوا مما جعلكم مستخلفين فيه. Number 2. Then 2 ayat. What has happened to you? Why are you not spending for the cause of Allah? Why are you not having real faith? And if you really feel that you are lacking on that account, okay, this is the way. هو الذي ينزل على عبده آيات بينات ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور. Then 2 ayat, وما لكم ألا تنفقوا في سبيل الله ولله ميراث السماوات والأرض لا يستوي منكم من أنفق من قبل الفتح وقاتل أولئك أعظم درجة من الذين أنفقوا من بعد وقاتلوا. من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له وله أجر كريم. This we may call the first section of these ayat that we are studying today. Now starts the second section. Now there is a picture given of the Day of Judgment. This Day of Judgment is very long. It has different stages. One stage of that day is, which we may call as-sirat, a bridge. As far as I can understand, this bridge is over the hell. But it's absolute darkness on that bridge. You know the kuffar, the unbelievers, who clearly said we don't believe in Allah, we don't believe in Muhammad, they have already been screened off. Now there are only those who say, who profess we believe. Now a screening is to be done, second screening. who are the real mu'mins and who are the munafiqs, hypocrites. As you know, grading of the small stones which you use in construction, bigger stones, smaller stones, different sizes, sieves of different sizes. So these are screenings, different screenings. Number one screening, it has already happened. The Muslims, the kuffar, separated. Now those who were legally Muslims in the world, now they have to be sifted now. Who were real Mu'mins and who were the hypocrites. They will be made to pass on this bridge. Who had real Iman, this Iman will be reflected in the form of a light before him. Who had earned real good deeds through his right hand, those good deeds will also give a light on their right side. They will pass this stage, cross the bridge in the light of their Iman and Amal Salih. And those who didn't have that real Iman, and when there was no real Iman, even apparently they did some good deeds, they were zero. They might have been praying behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Masjid al-Nabawi. Abdullah ibn Ubay used to pray. And because he was the chief of Khazraj, to show off his position, whenever the Prophet stood to deliver a sermon, first of all, he used to stand up and say, "Oh people, he is the messenger of Allah. Do listen to him attentively." So all his good deeds went in vain because that real faith was not there. Although he prayed behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, although he was buried in the shirt of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no avail to him, no light. In the pitch darkness of that as-sirat, they will stumble, they will fall down into the hell. Those who had light of Iman and Amal Saleh will cross the bridge, enter the Jannah. This is a scene which has been repeated twice in the Qur'an here, and this is the first of the longest series of Madani surahs in the Qur'an as far as the number is concerned. The longest series as far as the volume is concerned is the first group, Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al Imran, Surah Al-Nisa, Surah Al-Ma'idah, but number is only 4. All of the parts of the Quran, 6 plus, 6 and a quarter. Here the number is 10. Surah Al-Hadeed, Surah Al-Mujadala, Surah Al-Hashr, Surah Al-Mumtahina, Surah Al-Saf, Surah Al-Jumu'ah, Surah Al-Munafiqun, Surah Al-Taghabun, Surah Al-Talaq, Surah Al-Tahrim. 10. This is the biggest series of the Madani surahs. And this is the first and the last is Surah Al-Tahrim. And you find this very picture there also. Now read the ayah. يَوْمَ تَرَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَسْعَى نُورُهُمْ بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَبِأَيْمَانِهِمْ. The day when you will see the really believing men and really believing women, their light will be running before them, in front of them, and on their right sides. Before them, it is the light coming out of heart. This is the headlight. And the Prophet told the intensity of light will be very different. To some, this light will be given so intense that it will reach from Medina to Sana'a. And to some, the light will only be the light, like the light of a torch, only in front of the feet. But that will also be a big boon. At least he can pass through. He won't fall. So that will be the variation. يَوْمَ تَرَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَسْعَى نُورُهُمْ بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَبِأَيْمَانِهِمْ بُشْرَاكُمُ الْيَوْمَ جَنَّاتٌ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. It will be called to them, proclaimed to them, rejoice today. Bushrakum al-yawm, today, there is the good news for you of those gardens underneath which rivers are flowing. Khalidina fiha, and you will dwell in it forever, forever. Zalika huwa al-fawzul azim. Verily, this is the greatest success. Fawz, falah, these are the words, different words. Now this very ayah in Surah Al-Tahrim. يَوْمَ تَرَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ يَسْعَى نُورُهُمْ بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَبِأَيْمَانِهِمْ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا أَتْمِمْ لَنَا نُورَنَا وَاغْفِرْ لَنَا إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Those whose light will be very weak, feeble, they will pray to Allah, oh Allah, make our light also complete. Rabbana atmim lana nurana. You have given Abu Bakr such an intense light. His light is reaching from Medina to Salah. Oh Allah, by your grace, Rabbana atmim lana nurana, waghfir lana. And you pardon us, forgive us, because due to some of our deeds, our light is feeble. If you forgive us and increase this light also, make it complete for us. Innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Verily, you have every power, you have all authority. You can do whatever you like. Nobody can question you. So these two pictures, one in Surah Al-Hadeed, the first of the series of these Madani surahs, and the last in Surah Al-Tahrim. Now what will happen to the munafiqeen? The next ayah. يَوْمَ يَقُولُ الْمُنَافِقُونَ وَالْمُنَافِقَاتُ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا انظُرُونَا نَقْتَبِسْ مِنْ نُورِكُمْ. The day when you will see the hypocrite men and hypocrite women saying to the people who had real belief, who had the right, who had been given the light, Unzuruna, please wait for us. You are going ahead. Unzuruna naqtabis min nurekum. Let us also avail of your light. We don't have any light. If you are going, in some wood, in some jungle, and only one person has a torch, you will say, okay, don't walk fast. Wait for us also. Because you have the torch, you are seeing the way, the path. So we should go in a group. In the same way they will request. يَوْمَ يَقُولُ الْمُنَافِقُونَ وَالْمُنَافِقَاتُ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا انظُرُونَا. Unzuru. Intizar is from the same root, to wait. Wait for us. Naqtabis min nurikum. Let us borrow your light. Iqtibas, quotation. We use this word, iqtibas. You are writing an article and you quote from some other book. So it is iqtibas. From your light we also get benefited. قِيلَ ارْجِعُوا وَرَاكُمْ فَالْتَمِسُوا نُورًا. It will be said, turn back, go to your back, and in the brackets, if possible. And then try to find and seek light there. If you can go again to the world, this light has not been given here. It was earned in the life of this world. It has not been given in charity. Please note it. But who will say? It is not made clear here. Qila, passive voice. It will be said. The mu'mineen, the real believers, they couldn't be so harsh as to say these words. Maybe there is their own father. Maybe there are their own sons over there. Maybe the wife is saying, you are my husband, where are you going? Take me along. Even if no relationship, a gentleman, he cannot say these words. But some else will say, some angel will say, Qila. It will be announced. Qila arji'u waraakum faltamisu noora. Turn on your backs, go back to the world, if you can, and try to get this light. This light was given to them, not here in charity. They earned it. They earned Iman. They earned Amal Salihah. That Iman, which was in their hearts at that time, its light has come out, showed up. Those virtuous deeds, which their right hands were earning, they were light. But that light was insulated in the world, covered. Now that light has appeared. قِيلَ ارْجِعُوا وَرَاكُمْ فَالْتَمِسُوا نُورًا فَضُرِبَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِسُورٍ لَهُ بَابٌ. And then a wall will be erected between them. I said, sifting, screening. Screening has been done. Those who have crossed a bridge entered the Jannah, and a wall erected. None to hell, none to enter now. فَضُرِبَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِسُورٍ لَهُ بَابٌ. But this is very important. Why there is a door in that sur? Sur is a big wall, high wall, rampart, like the ramparts around the old cities. But it's a gate. Because some of those people who were munafiq only in action, not in their hearts, they will, after finishing their punishment in this hell, will be allowed to enter Jannah. So a gate will remain. That is why the ulama say, nifaq amali and nifaq fil aqidah. And that is why I said in the Jummah sermon here, most of the Muslims of today are not munafiqeen. But nifaq amali, practical nifaq is present in them. They are not intentionally munafiqs. They are not consciously munafiq. But practical nifaq, what is that practical nifaq? The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, this hadith is muttafaqun alayh. An Abi Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, in Sahih of Imam Muslim as well as Sahih of Imam Bukhari, rahimahumullah, ayatul munafiqi salasun, iza haddasa kadhiba, wa iza wa'ada akhlafa, wa iza tumina khana. And in the Sahih Muslim, there are additional words. وَإِن صَامَ وَصَلَّى وَزَعَمَ أَنَّهُ مُسْلِمٌ. There are 3 signs of nifaq. Whenever he tells a lie. Whenever he speaks, tells a lie. Whenever he makes a promise, he breaks it. Whenever something is given in his custody, some rights, some authority, some money, he is embezzling, breaking the trust. Now such a person, وَإِن صَامَ وَصَلَّى وَزَعَمَ أَنَّهُ مُسْلِمٌ, although he might be praying, he might be fasting, he might be thinking himself 100% I am a Muslim, he is a munafiq. This is the saying of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He doesn't think I am a munafiq. That is the condition. But there can be people who are really munafiq. They know they are munafiq. But most of the ummah today is not that type. So for them, it is the agreed upon creed of the Ahlul Sunnah that after getting the punishment, a time will come, they will be taken out. And they will be made to enter, they will be admitted in the garden. يوم يقول المنافقون والمنافقات للذين آمنوا انظرونا نقتبس من نوركم قيل ارجعوا وراءكم فالتمسوا نورا فضرب بينهم بسور له باب باطنه فيه الرحمة. Inside of that rampart and wall will be the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فراح وريحان وجنة نعيم وظاهره من قبله العذاب. And outside of it, before it, will be the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now the most important ayah, most profound ayah regarding the psychological development of nifaq. How this disease develops, what are the different stages of its development. Yes, we don't have tuberculosis in this country now, but we do have it even now. The first stage and the second stage and the third stage. So there are stages, psychological stages of nifaq. يُنَادُونَهُمْ أَلَمْ نَكُمْ مَعَكُمْ. Now when that wall will be erected in between them, these people will cry out and call to them, were we not with you? We were also praying behind the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We were also giving the shahada, nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa nashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. We were also paying the zakah. Alam nakum ma'akum. Were we not with you? Why this great difference now? Why this separation? Now here they will reply, Qalu bala. They will say, why not? You were with us. In this world, munafiq and Muslim and mu'min mixed together. In the hereafter, they have to be shifted. Qalu bala. Walakinnakum fatantum anfusakum, number 1. Watarabbastum, number 2. Wartabtum, number 3. وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِي, number 4. حَتَّى جَاءَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغُرُورُ, number 5. You drifted away. You were with us, no doubt. You embraced Islam, no doubt. You came forward, no doubt. You were praying behind the Prophet, no doubt. But now these 5 words, very important. وَلَكِنَّكُمْ فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ وَغَرَّكُمُ الْأَمَانِي حَتَّى جَاءَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورُ. Now must understand in depth these words. For the proper understanding of the first 2 words, let me quote the ayah which I quoted today in my Urdu speech also. Ayah number 24 of Surah At-Tawbah. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ آبَاؤُكُمْ وَأَبْنَاؤُكُمْ وَإِخْوَانُكُمْ وَأَزْوَاجُكُمْ وَعَشِيرَتُكُمْ وَأَمْوَالٌ اقْتَرَفْتُمُوهَا وَتِجَارَةٌ تَخْشَوْنَ كَسَادَهَا وَمَسَاكِنُ تَرْضَوْنَهَا أَحَبَّ إِلَيْكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَجِهَادٍ فِي سَبِيلِهِ فَتَرَبَّصُوا. Tarabbus is number 2 word here. When you shifted the balance of your love, the center of gravity of your love shifted from Allah and His Messenger and jihad fi sabilihi towards your relations, your sons, your daughters, your fathers, your parents, your wives, your spouses, your relatives, and the wealth of which you have gathered, and the profession and the business for which you are always very mindful, lest there should be some recession coming, and the dwellings and the buildings that are very dear to you, if that shift of the center of gravity of love is to that side, fatarabbasu, go and wait. This is the decisive point. What does it mean? You have yourself put yourself in fitna. This love of yours shifted to that side. You have put yourself in fitna. Innama amwalukum wa auladukum fitna. How many times, this subject is given in Qur'an? You love them more than Allah and His Messenger and the jihad fi sabilihi. You have yourself thrown yourself into with your own hands. وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى التَّهْلُكَةِ. You did it yourself. The shifting of your love is your own earning, it's your own decision, it's your own choice. And that is what Allama Iqbal says. ये मालो दौलत दुनिया ये रिश्ता ओ पैवंद बुतान वहमो गुमा ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह. You've gathered मालो दौलत दुनिया व अमवालुन इख्तरफ्तुमूहा व तिजारतुन तखशौना कसादहा व मसाकिनु तरज़ौनहा. This is मालो दौलत दुनिया. रिश्ता ओ पैवंद इन काना आबाउकुम व अबनाउकुम व इख्वानुकुम व अज़वाजुकुम व अशीरतुकुम. Butan wahmu guma la ilaha illallah. For a real mu'min, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. Who is a real mu'min? His love for Allah is the most intense. If you have shifted the center of gravity of your love towards these things, you have put yourself into that fitna. The result will be tarabbus. Should I go ahead or not? Tarabbus. Wait. Wait and see which way the wind blows. This is the best representation of a hypocrite mind. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Keep good offices on both sides. You never know which side will win. مُذَبْذَبِينَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ لَا إِلَهَ هَؤُلَاءِ وَلَا إِلَهَ هَؤُلَاءِ. مُتَرَدِّدِينَ. Should I move? Should I go? No. Keep behind. هَلْ يَرَاكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ ثُمَّ انصَرَفُوا. Just slip off. Make a lame excuse. Huwa uzun. The Prophet is only ears. He has no brain. His upper story is vacant. Whatever you say to him, he will believe. Go and say, tell him a lie. My wife is on deathbed, how can I go out? This is the best representation. Tarabbus, mutaraddid, muzabzab, double-minded, to do or not to do, to proceed or not to proceed, to go ahead or not to go ahead, to be or not to be. To be or not to be is the question. While a real mu'min has a firm decision, his priorities are fixed. Allah and His deen, number one. Everything else, secondary. Maybe it is profession, Maybe it is career, maybe it is business, maybe it's the family, anything. If you don't fix this priority, you have put yourself into nifaq, into the fitna. The first stage has started. Now the second stage. وَلَكِنَّكُمْ فَتَنْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ. Third stage, وَارْتَبْتُمْ. And then you started having doubts. The little amount of iman that you had, now it is also melting away like ice. Who can say? Maybe Muhammad is correct, maybe he is wrong. Nobody has come back after death. Nobody has told. What happened? Well, it's not a very good bargain. Allah wants everything in this world and promises for the second world. While the common sense is that a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Akhirah is in the bush. What you know? This is the thing. Now, whatever little amount of iman had, it had started melting away. وَتَرَبَّصْتُمْ. Thorns of doubt now, they are piercing that little iman that you had. Losing iman. And this continues, and we have a very beautiful ayah in Surah An-Nisa. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا ثُمَّ كَفَرُوا ثُمَّ آمَنُوا ثُمَّ كَفَرُوا ثُمَّ ازْدَادُوا كُفْرًا. It doesn't happen in one movement. Just as a drowning person, if you have ever had any experience, or seeing somebody else, goes down, then comes up, then down, then up, and after 2 or 3 dips, goes down. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا ثُمَّ كَفَرُوا ثُمَّ آمَنُوا ثُمَّ كَفَرُوا ثُمَّ ازْدَادُوا كُفْرًا لَمْ يَكُنِ اللَّهُ لِيَغْفِرَ لَهُمْ وَلَا لِيَهْدِيَهُمْ طَرِيقًا إِلَّا طَرِيقَ جَهَنَّمَ بَشِّرِ الْمُنَافِقِينَ. These are the munafiqeen. That is why we find in Surah Al-Munafiqun, that is also one of the surahs of this series. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ آمَنُوا ثُمَّ كَفَرُوا فَطُبِعَ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ. They had come to believe, no doubt. But then they have lost the faith. They have gone back. This is the second stage. Now the third. وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِي. What is amani? Amani is plural of umniya. Umniya. Wishful thinking. Oh, Allah is very forgiving. Oh, after all, we are the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لَن تَمَسَّنَا النَّارُ إِلَّا أَيَّامًا مَعْدُودَاتٍ. We are the progeny of Ibrahim. نَحْنُ أَبْنَاءُ اللَّهِ وَأَحِبَّاؤُهُ. This was the umniya. These were the amani of the Jews. We are like sons of Allah and very beloved of Him. He won't throw us in the fire of hell, and even only to quieten the others, If He throws us into that hell, it will only be for a few days. لَن تَمَسَّنَا النَّارُ إِلَّا أَيَّامًا مَعْدُودَاتٍ. تِلْكَ أَمَانِيُّهُمْ قُلْ هَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. These are your amani, your wishful thinking, your own concocted creeds and ideas and beliefs. Where has Allah given you that certificate? أَتَّخَذْتُمْ عِندَ اللَّهِ عَهْدًا? Have you extracted any covenant from Allah? غَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِي. Go ahead. Look after your family and your business and your profession. Okay, give some contribution to some institution. Send some money to Chechnya. send few dollars to Bosnia. The rest, time, everything, keep busy, earn and earn. This is the third stage. Hatta yati Allah. Amrullah. This is the same word in that ayah. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ آبَاؤُكُمْ وَأَبْنَاؤُكُمْ وإخوانكم وأزواجكم وعشيرتكم وأموال اقترفتموها وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره والله لا يهدي القوم الفاسقين. Here again that word has appeared. ولكنكم فتنتم أنفسكم وتربصتم وارتبتم وغرتكم الأماني حتى جاء أمر الله وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. Al-Gharur. It is not Ghurur. Ghurur means deceit. Al-Gharur, the deceiver. And that biggest deceiver deceived you very much about Allah. Oh, Allah is forgiving. He is merciful. He is loving. Al-Wadud, Al-Rauf, Al-Rahim, Al-Rahman, Al-Ghaffar, Al-Sattar. These are his attributes. Why do you worry? Go ahead. That shaitan. And the main theme of that surah which we read, Surah Al-Infitar, Ya ayyuhan nas, يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم الذي خلقك فسواك فعدلك في أي سورة ما شاء ركبك كلا بل تكذبون بالدين وغركم بالله الغرور. Now what is the result? فَالْيَوْمَ لَا يُؤْخَذُ مِنْكُمْ فِدْيَةٌ وَلَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Now today no ransom will be acceptable, neither from you nor from the unbelievers. What does it mean? In that world, in the previous life, you were bracketed with the moments. In this hereafter, you are going to be bracketed with kuffar, with the unbelievers. فَالْيَوْمَ لَا يُؤْخَذُ مِنْكُمْ فِدْيَةٌ وَلَا مِنَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Today, no ransom will be acceptable, neither from you nor from those who disbelieve, who clearly reject it. Ma'wakumun nar. Your abode and your place of refuge is now the fire only. No place of any refuge for you except the fire. Ma'wakumun nar. Awa yuvi. Awa yavi, to get refuge somewhere. Awa yuvi, to give somebody refuge with you. A place where you get refuge. Very sarcastic. Now Jahannam is the only place of refuge for you. Hiya maulakum. She is the only friend. Now make friendship with her. Hiya maulakum, this nar, this fire, is your eternal friend. Wabes al-masir, and definitely, surely, it's a very bad place to return. An evil destination. Now here the second part of these 12 or 13 ayat that we are going to study today, they come to an end. First we had 5. آمنوا بالله ورسوله وأنفقوا مما جعلكم مستخلفين فيه فالذين آمنوا منكم وأنفقوا لهم أجر كبير وما لكم لا تؤمنون بالله وما لكم ألا تنفقوا في سبيل الله. That was the first part. Second part, what will be the result? On the day of judgment, a scene has been shown. You will be sifted. You will be screened. Only those who have real iman, burning faith, real conviction, and who are earning with their right hands good deeds, making efforts for the cause of Allah, spending freely in the way of Allah, their time, their money, they will be given light, they will pass over the bridge into the heaven, into the paradise. And those, although they were Muslims, legally Muslims in the world, Muslims of the times of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what to speak of the Muslims of this time, this stage. The Muslims of that time, they will have no, the munafiqeen, they will have no light whatsoever. They will fall down because they had passed this stage. They shifted their center of gravity of their love from Allah and His Messenger and jihad fi sabilihi, from this to the belongings of this world and the relations of this world. They put themselves in fitna with their own hands, and so on. Now, the third section. If somebody has got moved, and whosoever has even a trace of iman, he will wake up. Yes, I am going the wrong way. Qur'an has shown me the mirror. I am passing the same stages. The center of specific gravity, center of gravity of my love is also not towards Allah and His deen. Then what to do? This idea comes and goes. It's only momentarily. One gets alarmed. One feels this is the truth. But it comes and passes. Tomorrow again the same business, the same routine. And man goes on deferring it, postponing it. Yes, let me finish this work. Then I'll be all for Deen. Whole time. But this is a project I have already taken in my hand. And my sons and daughters, I have to look after them. I have to get them married. Let me finish with it. Then I'll be whole time free for Deen. And that time never comes. So in a very searching tone, Allah is asking a question. Alam yani lillazina amanu an takhsha qulubuhum li zikrillahi wa ma nazala min al-haq. Has the time not come for those who believe? What are they waiting for? Are they sure? They have still 10 years in their life. Don't they fear the death might come tomorrow? What is this? Alam yana lilladhina amanu. Has not the time come? Is it not the right moment for those who believe? An takhsha qulubuhum li zikrillahi wa ma nazala min al-haq. That their hearts should melt and humble for the remembrance of Allah and whatever has come down from the truth, that is Qur'an. Don't go on postponing it. Don't put it till tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Alam yani lilladhina amanu an takhsha qulubuhum li dhikrillahi wa ma nazala min al-haqq wa la yakunu kalladhina utul kitaba min qablu fatala alayhim al-amad faqasat qulubuhum. lest they should also become like those who were given the book before them, the Jews. But when a long time passed, their hearts got hardened. And we have this in Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah saying towards those Jews, ثُمَّ قَسَتْ قُلُوبُكُمْ فَهِيَ كَالْحِجَارَةِ أَوْ أَشَدُّ قَسْوَةً. They were also Muslims and Mu'mins. They were the followers of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. They had the book, they had ulama, they had scribes, they had the muftis, everything was there. The formal structure of deen was very much present. It was a religious court who gave the verdict and sentence of death to Jesus alayhi salatu wasalam. That scene has now been omitted from that picture, King of Kings. I saw that picture in 1962 in Karachi. I still have the vivid picture before in my mind. Those rabbis fuming with anger. He has blasphemed. He has blasphemed. It deserves death. Sentence issued. And who were they? They were the fuqaha, the ulama, the qazis. Who put Ahmad ibn Hanbal in jail? Who put Ahmad Sarhad of Sarhad in jail? It was the fatwa of ulama. Who encouraged the Pathans to assassinate the Mujahideen with Sayyid Ahmad Barelvi rahimahullah? A fatwa issued by 500 muftis. I saw that copy of that fatwa with Maulana Tahir Panjpiri rahimahullah. Muftis with stamps, 500 of them. They deserve killing. Please note, religious groups, religious parties, religious personalities, religious hierarchy, religious bureaucracy can go to any extent when the nation is decayed. And I gave you the hadith at some other moment. It is included in Al-Mishkat, Kitab al-Iman. يُوشِكُ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ عَلَى النَّاسِ زَمَانٌ. I very much fear that a time will come on the people. لَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْإِسْلَامِ إِلَّا اسْمُهُ. There will remain nothing from Islam except its name, a title. We are Muslims. Muslims more than 1 billion. Islam, where? Nowhere. وَلَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ إِلَّا رَسْمُهُ. Nothing will remain of the Qur'an except its script, words. مَسَاجِدُهُمْ عَامِرَةٌ. Their mosques will be very crowded. Very many people coming and praying. وَهِيَ خَرَابٌ مِنَ الْهُدَى. Absolutely devoid of guidance. عُلَمَاهُمْ شَرُّ النَّاسِ تَحْتَ دِينِ السَّمَاءِ. And their ulama will be the worst of the people under the roof of the sky. مِنْ عِنْدِهِمْ تَخْرُجُ الْفِتْنَةُ وَفِيهِمْ تَعُودُ. Their only hobby will be creating fitnas. This will be the hobby. The fitna will appear from them and will re-enter into them. So please note, this hardening of hearts can go to this extent. أَلَمْ يَانِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَعَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ وَلَا يَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلُ فَطَالَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَمَدُ فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنْهُمْ فَاسِقُونَ. And now most of them are, who are they? Transgressors. And what is the great majority of the Muslims today? riba, mortgage, the governments, running on riba, no rules of Allah, no punishments of Allah, nothing of the sort. اعلموا أن الله يحيي الأرض بعد موتها. Very rational, very logical. Now, don't be disappointed. If you feel, yes, my heart, I feel it is hardened. What to do then? As we had, if you feel actually that conviction is not there, we tell you where to get that conviction from. If you feel your heart has hardened, don't be frustrated, don't be disappointed. اعلموا أن الله يحيي الأرض بعد موتها. Be it known to you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revives the land, dead land, after its death. A barren land, no signs of life, no greenery, nothing of the sort. When there is no greenery, no birds, no insects even, nothing, no sign of life. Then Allah sends the rain. And now, vegetation is coming out. It's grass. Magar ab zindagi hi zindagi hai maujzan saqi. Every way you look, it's life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revived the dead land. يَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يُحْيِي الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا. If you can revive the dead land, He can revive your hearts also. Tell it to Him. Gird up your loins. إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ إِنَّا قَدْ بَيَّنَّا لَكُمُ الْآيَاتِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. We have made our signs clear to you so that you may ponder, you may understand. Even, if the earth of your heart is lying barren, no signs of Iman, don't be disappointed, don't be frustrated. اعلموا أن الله يحيي الأرض بعد موتها قد بينا لكم الآيات لعلكم تعقلون. Now what to do? Don't you have to plow the earth first and then you sow the seed? So something you will have to do. If you want that your heart should have a new life, new spiritual life, you will have to plow the field. And what is that? إِنَّ الْمُصَّدِّقِينَ وَالْمُصَّدِّقَاتِ وَأَقْرَضُوا اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا يُضَاعَفُ لَهُمْ وَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَرِيمٌ. Verily those who give charity, whether they are men or women, and those who give loan to Allah, the goodly loan, يُضَاعَفُ لَهُمْ وَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَرِيمٌ. All that they will give will be doubled and trebled and increased manifold. And in addition, lahum ajrun kareem, very honorable, very respectable, generous reward. Now this ayah contains two terms. We had the term anfiqu. مَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Here two additional terms. Sadaqah and qarz hasana. Qarz hasana we had in ayah number 11 perhaps. 10. No, 11. مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا. Who is that who has the courage to give Allah loan? Qarz hasana. So we have now one more term. And in this ayah, these two terms are joined together. First thing you must understand, that because the main cause, basis of nifaq is all those loves. And all those loves grouped together come the love of this world, this life. And the biggest symbol of the love of this world is the love for money and wealth. Sadaqah, to give your money in charity. Charity is for the poor, the hungry, the widows, the orphans, the destitutes. This is sadaqah. Qarz hasana to Allah. That is whatever you spend for the cause of Allah. So you have two sets of words. Sadaqah and zakah on one side. Infaq fi sabilillah, qarz hasana to Allah on the other side. But what is common between them? Spending for the cause or pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if it is sadaqah, if it is an alm, a charity, you are giving it to somebody, some poor man, some needy person, it should be out of love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ لَا نُرِيدُ مِنْكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شُكُورًا. We are feeding you only to please our Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't want from you neither any reward nor any thanks even. So this is a proof of the truth of Iman. Sadaqah, from Sidq. If you are really giving it for Allah, actually it's a proof of your real sincere faith in Allah, sincere belief in Allah. But infaq fi sabilillah, jihad bil mal, qarz hasana to Allah, these things are to spend to propagate the word of Allah, to propagate the message of Allah, and to provide for the movement, for the struggle to make the deen of Allah supreme. That is qarz hasana to Allah. But what is the hikmah over here? Whenever you spend, whether this spending is in sadaqah or in qarz hasana to Allah, your heart will be purified. The hardness of your heart, it will be softened. It is as if you have plowed the field. And now you put asare now, a fresh, a new, the seed of Iman into your hearts. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ. Here you should understand that مِن بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ, whosoever has purified his heart from the love of wealth, and then he sows the seeds of Iman in his heart. Now you will get the result, harvest of Iman. But if that impurity is there, love of wealth, love of this world, love of the comforts, and you are putting, Iman, what will come out will be nifaq, not Iman. Absolutely. As 2 and 2 go to make 4. This is the exact formula. Unless you have removed these impurities from your heart. And the second place is that we read, the surah of the last part. فَلَقْتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ. In a very complaining tone, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I gave to man all my blessings. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْنِ وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْنِ وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ فَلَقْتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ. But he couldn't attempt to climb the steep. And what is that steep? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ أَوْ إِطْعَامٌ فِي يَوْمٍ ذِي مَسْغَبَةٍ يَتِيمًا ذَا مَقْرَبَةٍ أَوْ مِسْكِينًا ذَا مَتْرَبَةٍ Summa kana min allazina amanu wa tawasaw bis sabri wa tawasaw bil marhama. This summa here is most crucial. If you have cleared your heart of these impurities, now sow the seed of Iman. Now this will give you a bumping harvest of Iman and Amal Salih. Inna wallazina amanu billahi wa rasulihi. An understood verse here should be min ba'di zalik. Innal musaddiqina wal musaddiqati wa aqradu Allah qardan hasanan. Yudhafu lahum wa lahum ajrun kareem. Wallazina amanu billahi wa rasulihi min ba'di zalik. Ulaika humus siddiquna wa shuhada'u inda rabbihim. These will be the people who will attain the position of Siddiqeen and Shuhada. Now here again, a very important terminology of the Qur'an. 4 levels of the really believing Muslim moments. If you start from the top, Anbiya. Number 2, Siddiqeen. Number 3, Shuhada. The baseline, Salihin. From the baseline, Salihin. Next step, higher up, Shuhada. Still higher up, Siddiqeen. And on the top, Anbiya. Nabuwa was always Wahabi. It was given, not earned. And it has come to an end. So it is out of question. We have only 3. Baseline, Salihin. What is Salaha? Salaha is something which is free from disease. A mu'min who has freed his Iman from all these pollutions, these worldly ambitions, these loves, who has set this center of gravity of his love towards the correct position. This is a Salih mu'min. Now he can go ahead. And these 2 stations are Siddiqeen wa Shuhada inda Rabbihim. What they mean? Actually, these refer to 2 different types of personalities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made, created. In the terminology of modern psychology, the extroverts, the introverts. The introverts, they keep thinking, brooding over the things. What is happening? What is this universe? Where am I heading? What's the be and end of all this? And then they are more pure of their nature and hearts. Extroverts, they are busy, running, working, playing, active, always in action, conversation. They like to be in a company, talkative people, very good in a society. They can socialize. These are 2 different modes. And very few people are ambiverts. Balanced, both qualities balanced. The introverts, they take no time in accepting the dawah or the call of the prophets, as if they were already waiting for it. By their own thinking, the guidance of their own nature, their own souls, they were thinking about that. And when the Prophet says, Aminu billahi wa rasulihi, they take no time. Just as the Prophet said about Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, to whomsoever I presented my dawah, he had some reluctance for some time, less or more, except Abu Bakr. He never hesitated even a single minute. Why? He was already very near his own thought. Just as Luqman, device. He was not a Nabi. But because of his pure soul, pure nature, pure intelligence, nascent intellect, he reached that point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is quoting him in Qur'an. So these are the people, and this is the highest level, because the next is Nabuwah, and actually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selects from among the Siddiqeen someone. He is already a Siddiq. The same was the nature of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is why we find, in Surah Yusuf, the prisoners who were with him, with Hazrat Yusuf, they called him Siddiq. Yusufu ayyuha Siddiq. Actually, this is very close by nature, by the type of their personality. They are very close to Anbiya. The extroverts, they take some time because they don't pay any heed to it. What is he saying? They are busy in their activities, in their business, playing. Even Hamza, just imagine, real uncle, very dear friend from the very early childhood. They were brothers in suckling. But he took 6 years to become a Mu'min. Has he got any enmity towards Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? None. Not caring it. What is he saying? He used to take his, spears and his bow and arrows and got out, just like Hazrat Ismail alayhi salatu wassalam. For many days at a stretch, in the desert, hunting. That was his, hobby. He never thought what Muhammad is saying. He took 6 years, but because they are the active people, when they accept Islam, they become biggest support to the Prophet. Usman and Abu Bakr, they are from the Siddiqeen. They had immediately accepted Islam, but Islam remained weak. But in the 6th year, after the beginning of Wahi, when Umar and Hamza accepted Islam, there was a sudden change. Now they started praying in the courtyard of Kaaba. So these are shuhada. In the accomplishment of the prophetic mission of the Prophet, they become bigger helpers, bigger supporters, due to their temperament. So these are shuhada. Now what this ayah says, just if the brake, of your car is pulled, you have started it, engine has started, now you are pressing the throttle, it's not moving. You just lose the brake. Now you can run, go ahead. So the break in your personality is the love for this world, the love for wealth. Kalla bal tuhibbuna al-ajilata wa tadharuna al-akhirah. सीधी सीधी बात. Simple. This is your disease. Bal tusiruna al-hayata ad-dunya wal-akhiratu khairun wa abqa. But you prefer this world, this life. Analyze your allocations of time and money, attention, how care you have about this worldly future of your sons and daughters. And how much do you worry about that worldly future of your sons and daughters? What's the ratio proportion? Iqra kitabak kafa bi nafsika al-yawma alayka hasiba. You can yourself be the accountant, the best accountant. But once you have opened that break, فَلَقْتَهَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ أَوْ إِطْعَامٌ فِي يَوْمٍ ذِي مَسْغَبَةٍ يَتِيمًا ذَا مَقْرَبَةٍ أَوْ مِسْكِينًا ذَا مَتْرَبَةٍ ثُمَّ كَانَ مِنَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْمَرْحَمَةِ وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. But you have to open the brake. Release the brake first. Plow the field first. And even you were a mu'min before also. But now, sow the fresh seeds of Iman. ثُمَّ كَانَ مِنَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Through Qur'an. Then, it's up to your aptitude, your temperament, your courage, your hard work, your depth of commitment. You can reach the levels of Siddiqeen or the Shuhada. إِنَّ الْمُصَّدِّقِينَ وَالْمُصَّدِّقَاتِ وَأَقْرَضُوا اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا يُضَاعَفُ لَهُمْ وَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ كَرِيمٌ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الصِّدِّيقُونَ وَالشُّهَدَاءُ عِندَ رَبِّهِمْ. Many Mufassirin have found much difficulty in explaining this ayah. If you don't connect it with the previous ayah, what does it mean? Every mu'min is a Siddiq and a Shaheed. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الصِّدِّيقُونَ وَالشُّهَدَاءُ عِندَ رَبِّهِمْ. But you have to connect it. If you have plowed the field of your heart, taken out the impurities of the love for this world and the love for wealth, if you have climbed that steep Aqaba, now you sow the seeds afresh of Iman into your heart, and now the brake is open. Now you go ahead. You can reach the status of Siddiqeen or Shuhada according to your own temperament. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا. As for those who make kufr and belie with our ayat. Now these two things are also very important. These words are not like synonymous words added simply for the sake of emphasis. No, they have different connotations. Because this real faith is there in your nature. And when the dawah ilal iman is presented, the nature testifies it. Oh, this is correct. Even the nature of Abu Jahl testified this is correct. But you suppress the testimony of your nature. How can I believe in him? He will become superior, I'll become inferior. How can I join him? I will have to obey him. If I accept him as messenger of Allah, I'll have to obey him. I'm not ready. Qur'an says, يَعْرِفُونَهُ كَمَا يَعْرِفُونَ أَبْنَاهُمْ. The ulama of the Jews had recognized Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam just like their own sons. They recognized him. Buhaira Rahib recognized him at the age of 12 or 13 in Syria. When the Prophet went along with Abu Talib in a caravan. And he had told Abu Talib, take care of him, lest the Jews do any harm to him. So actually they had realized. But how to submit yourself to a human being? He is a human being. If an angel had come, with his all, wings, we would have accepted him, okay? But he is of our own kind, our own kith and kin, one of us. Why to believe in him? Why to obey him? And now there's no question of believing in anybody. That has gone. The institution of Nabuwah has come to an end. But if you have joined somebody, if you make bay'ah to a person, you have to obey him. So that is the hardest job. This is kufr. to suppress the testimony of your own nature. And the next step is takzeeb, you are lying. This is over and above that. This is to add fuel to fire. When somebody goes to that level, ulaika ashabul jahim. Verily, they are the people of the fire. They will have to reside in it, abide in it, forever, forever. So with these ayat, we have 10 minutes still. Let me take the next ayah. اعلموا انما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور. The most beautiful simile of the life of this world. You know, this Surah Al-Hadeed, I can't express in words, its grandeur that I feel within me, in my own consciousness, in my understanding. I don't find any words to express. This ayah, very unique in the whole of Qur'an. Two words are very commonly given about this life of this world. Ghurur, mata'ul ghurur, lahwum wa la'ib. The life of this world is like a playing and enjoying, that's all. But here you find, just as you had 5 words over there, وَلَكِنَّكُمْ فَتَلْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتَرَبَّسْتُمْ وَارْتَبْتُمْ وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِيُّ حَتَّى جَاءَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورُ. اعلموا انما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر في الأموال والأولاد. 5. And these denote 5 or at least 4 phases of human life. When you use it as a proverb, lahwum wa la'ib. Lahw comes first, la'ib comes later on. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ. But here, لَعِبٌ وَلَهْوٌ وَزِينَةٌ وَتَفَاخُرٌ بَيْنَكُمْ وَتَكَاثُرٌ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ. 5 words, 5 stages. What are those? In the early childhood, life is nothing except playing. Nothing to worry. Worry is for the parents. They will worry for the feeding and for anything else, for the requirements, for the clothing, for anything. The child doesn't have to worry anything. Life to a child means playing, nothing else. اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو, slightly advanced, the teenager stage. Now this is not the innocent play of the child. Some sensual gratification start. Most dangerous period of life. Lahwun. A few years later, fully grown up, young man, tafakhurum bainakum, taking pride. Pride in your nation, pride in your dynasty, pride in your blood, pride in your wealth, pride in your position. Pride. Tafakhurum bainakum. Just like we have in our Pathan brothers, if the neighbor has bought a new car, now it's hard time. Maybe he has to sell his land, but he must have a bigger car than the neighbor. He can't make his moustache downwards. It has to be upwards. Tafakhurun bainakum. Fakhr. I left one, zinatun. Elamu annamal hayatud dunya, because now today this is not here, so you are not helping me. Elamu annamal hayatud dunya laibun wa lahmun wa zinatun. The third stage is zina. You want to look handsome. You are very conscious of the dress. You are having the proper dress or not. What about the fashion? This is not the fashion now. This fashion is gone. Your haircut should be, at least like those of heroes. Zinatun. These are three stages. Elamu annamal hayatud dunya laibun. Pure game, play, innocent game. Lahwun, sensual gratifications coming in. Zinatun, dress, form, look fit. And then, tafakhurum bainakum. And the final stage, fatakasurun fil amwali wal awlad. Gather more and more money, more and more wealth. Today, takasurun fil awlad has gone. But when Qur'an was revealed, takasurun fil awlad was also very important, more important than wealth. Because it was a tribal society. The honor of a man depended upon how many hands he has with him, how many sons to protect his honor. Takasurun fil amwali wal awlad. Today also the love for sons is there, but not that much. The social structure has changed. And about this takasur, Qur'an says, this takasur is the final stage. It never comes to an end. Alhaakumut takasur hatta zurtumul maqabir. You might become a billionaire, takasur will not finish. You might have as much that even 10 generations can eat, but more and more and more and more. Having the legs already into the grave, still having more and more and more. Alhaakumut takasur hatta zurtumul maqabir. Kalla sawfa ta'lamun summa kalla sawfa ta'lamun. Now this is the cycle going on. اعلموا انما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته. As is the similitude of rain. When rain comes, greenery comes out from the earth. Now, the farmer who had sown the seed, now he is happy. أعجب الكفار نباته. He is very happy that the crop is coming up. Summa yahij, then it becomes, it comes to its climax. Fatarahu musfarran. After some time, you see that the greenery has gone and it is gray color. Just as when, our hair, they turn from black to gray. Summa yakunu hutama. Then the harvest is taken off, or the grass is just burnt, and it's all sand and nothing else. In the same way, a son is born to you, you are very happy, rejoice. Then he comes of age, a young man, then the declining years, the hair turning to grey. Then death, buried, becomes dust. Dust thou art, to dust returnest. This is the cycle of this life. It has to go through these stages. No exemption. The prophets, the saints, all had to undergo through these cycles. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ. Here the cycle is the same for Mu'min and Kafir. Innaka mayyatun wa innahum lamayyatun. Oh Muhammad, you will have to die, and all these people will have also to die. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ وَمَنَافِعُ لِلنَّاسِ. But in the hereafter there are two clear-cut ends. Azabun shadidun, either very severe punishment, وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ, or forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His pleasure. Now it's your choice which way you want to go. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. Again, in one sentence, this life of this world is nothing but a matter of comfort of illusion. Somebody playing the role of a king in a 3-hour movie, and somebody playing the role of a beggar. After 3 hours, neither the king is the king nor the beggar the beggar. They are the actors, nothing else. So this is all a game going on. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم.